All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to change topics as Gervonta Davis pops his head out and delivers a message to Jake Paul about, man, you better not be doping. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about one of the biggest jokes in boxing, which is drug testing. And this is for the fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, or the exhibition between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. There was a back and forth between these guys in the lead-in, and as usual, drama, right? However, Gervonta Davis brings up something that has been a question with Jake Paul for a while and is something that people should take into consideration when they're paying attention to this exhibition. But before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos, if it actually works, because I swear to goodness, man, YouTube invented the notification button, and for some reason, they never go out. You got to go search for them puppies, but keeps changing. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and thank you to everybody that supports and the super thanks of the videos and the cash apps and all those good things. It really does help the channel go, but let's get into this. Look, man, I am not the most excited person in the world for the Gervonta Davis Jake Paul exhibition. I don't think that it is something that is necessarily a good trend for boxing, because pretty much what we're getting in boxing right now is we're getting contrived matchups. And by contrived matchups, I mean, it's like people take two names, grab them, throw them together and think, hey, everybody's going to want to see these two fighters fight. But there's no organic buildup between the two. Some of these guys are not even in the same weight class. They're not, and a lot of times they're not even in the same sport. Like Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua, I just contrived matchups. Then you have showcase fights, like pretty much what ESPN has been doing and Top Rank did with ESPN for the last couple years, where pretty much they just ran out their contract and set up a bunch of fights where, you know exactly who's going to win the fight. And the only question is, how good is the prospect or the person that's fighting going to look, right? A bunch of that nonsense. And then this category of fight that we're getting, which is exhibitions, fights that literally don't mean anything at all. But hey, man, they're two big names. It's an event. We can sell tickets. We can sell popcorn. We can sell beer. We can do all that. We can sell pay-per-views or get a Netflix contract. We can make all this money, right? But the fight doesn't actually mean anything. The fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis obviously falls into the third category. However, it is something that is so big that it's almost impossible for Gervonta Davis to have turned it down and been a logical, rational person at the same time. The rumors are that this man is getting close to $200 million to get in and fight Jake Paul, but that does not, or to have an exhibition against Jake Paul. However, if you think for a second that somebody's going to get that amount of money, and Jake Paul, somebody with an ego that big and an opportunity to make himself look good, is not going to try to take advantage of Gervonta Davis in that scenario, that he's not going to try to grab the little man, do something to the little man that's going to make Jake look good and make Jake's MVP promotions look better. Absolutely he will. And I don't trust any of these YouTubers, to be honest, people. I don't. And I'm not saying Jake Paul does this. I think Jake Paul is a legitimate star, but there's so much fugazi phoniness in social media and so many pranks, and you don't know whether somebody's being serious, whether not being serious. There was the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight where a lot of people believe that they just agreed not to. There's a lot of fugaziness in there. So when when Gervonta Davis posts a picture where he is training against this really big guy. He's wearing red shirt, black shoes. I'm not going to put the picture up. You probably have already seen it. And there's nothing particularly special about it other than it's Gervonta fighting a guy that looks like he's a foot taller and a lot heavier. Well, Jake Paul saw the picture, reacted to the picture, and said that the guy has cankles. I don't know what cankles are, but I don't know, fat on your ankles or something, who knows? But whatever the case was, he said, get yourself a real athlete, Gervonta. So Gervonta Davis responds, man, it's like, don't worry about me. I've been doing this for a while. Like, obviously, man, shut up, Jake. I am a boxer, bro. I know what I'm doing. So he said, but don't let me find out that you got anything in your blood. Otherwise, I'm coming, whatever. Basically saying only find out you have something in your blood, which means that they're looking at the drug testing for the fight, right? Now, why would Gervonta Davis say that? Gervonta would say that because Jake Paul doesn't have blood. From what I understand is Jake Paul didn't have drug testing in these exhibition fights that he's having. If you look at a lot of these guys on the internet, a lot of these internet guys are on juice when they want to get big, and the influencers are on juice when they want to get big, or when they want to run and do athletics. A lot of these guys are juicing, man. People think that people are just juicing to go into athletics. No, these people are juicing just to look cosmetic. You got people that are selling themselves over the internet, man. And like, I'm not saying like a guy like I Show Speed or somebody, right? I Show Speed who can like run and dip over water. Like he's like got so much athleticism that he can put 2 cups of water here and he can literally jump, touch it with one foot, touch it with one foot and keep going on. And he's making tons and tons of money for this. Come on, man. You know full well that there's going to be an incentive for guys like that to put a little something in their system. They're not getting tested for competition or anything like that. So when you see Jake Paul's body transformation from what he looked like as a little skinny kid to what he looks like now, which is huge, pretty much strong enough to like he's fighting Mike Tyson. Why in the world would you not think that a guy like that could possibly be amping his body up, right? And that's one of the risks that you're going to have with these exhibitions is that you're going to play around and have guys start cheating in the exhibitions to try to get ahead of the boxers, man. And plus, you know full well MMA fighters, bodybuilders, and all these guys are on this stuff, man. And social media people, again, I say it again, social media people too. So Gervonta Davis absolutely positively has to be worried about Jake Paul and what Jake Paul's going to do. For all of that money, he better be checking his gloves. He better be, checking his gloves, making sure he ain't got no all of that nonsense. But at the end of the day, the skill difference between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul is probably going to be insurmountable for Jake Paul. There's probably no amount of little slick shit he can try that is going to allow him to hit Gervonta Davis more than one time if he wants to. And if Gervonta Davis gets touched with it, more than likely he's coming something with a lot of heat right back at you. Anyway it goes, though, look, man, I'm going to talk about this exhibition because, hey, man, like I said, that's all we're getting. We're getting contrived fights, showcase fights, and exhibitions. We're getting very few organic fights where the two people are just meant to fight each other because of all of these people that are in between and making all kind of offers to break stuff up so that they can push their vision of boxing. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.